Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings that's from Andrew and Derrick. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise. Mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat. Take a seat. Watch them do their thing on the MIC. Face defeat. They cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Wrestling IQ 101. You know me, I am Derrick on behalf of Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, iTunes, YouTube at Wrestling IQ 101. Today is a very special day. We have the owner and promoter of Invictus Pro Wrestling, Alex Accetta. How are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Love to have you on. Always excited when there's a new promotion that opens up in Jersey. As if we aren't spoiled enough in this area, it's always great that, we could get some more added to it. A lot of new ideas, a lot of excitement. Invictus Pro Wrestling, man. What can you tell us about it, Alex? And why should the fans come out to your shows?
We had Invictus, the name Invictus, right, means unconquered in Latin. And I cut this whole promo at the start of our last show last month, talking about, how when I first chose it as the name, I picked it because I thought it sounded cool. But, over the last year that I've been, putting the building blocks in place for this new company, that word Invictus has become, so much more than just a name for us. It's really become our philosophy. We have had to overcome so many challenges in the last year with the pandemic and everything. Originally our plan was to run in New York. I'm from Rockland County, New York, outside the city. So we got all set up, licensing and all the paperwork to run in New York, and then pandemic hits. We had to, shut down, reassess, reevaluate for a little bit. And then when, things started to open back up again, we realized that we had an opportunity to come out and, the odds were stacked against us. It's, one thing to start to rerun shows if you're already an established company. It's quite another thing to, have to start from the ground up and establish yourself as a new promotion with all this craziness going on. But we had a really successful debut event last month in September, 2 months ago now, which was awesome. And I'm blessed. I got a great team behind me. We have some awesome talent, just really guys who share our passion for the business, share a vision for what it is that we want to do. And we're looking forward to doing big things, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm hoping that it goes that way for you, and I hope I wish you nothing but success in the future for sure. Your show in September, Eruption, you had guys Mike Verna, Wrecking Ball, Legursky, the Greek god Papadon, one of my favorites as well. Just tell fans about that show, and some of the key points or the action that happened during that show.
Oh man, it was a great time. We were down in Flemington, New Jersey at Shooters Paintball and Airsoft. So venue was actually what not a lot of people realize is that we were supposed to do the show over in Union. Mm-hmm. And 2 weeks out, we lost our venue, our building. So we were scrambling nonstop for, almost a week trying to find a new place to run the show, which is very hard, considering you got to find a place that has room outdoors now with the pandemic, is okay with wrestling, which is a really tough sell for a lot of these venues and stuff. And then, for that intermittent week where we were trying to find a new building, we couldn't promote it all. So we really had to overcome a lot of odds. And, we found this place in Flemington, which is a bit farther out. And I put out, an announcement to everyone that had bought tickets saying, listen, we understand it's a bit of a farther drive. We understand if you need to refund. And thankfully, everyone was cool with it. We had only one person ask for a refund, and we ended up selling out and the action was awesome. You know, one of the great things about that card, and you could feel it when you were back in the locker room too, was we had this great combination of, you know, veterans, like as you mentioned, GGP, Greek God Papadon, you know, you had Mike Verna, Wrecking Ball, more established talents, but then you had some relatively unknown talents as well. Guys from, we have a nice partnership with the Team 3D Academy up in Connecticut. So we had some of their guys who had literally just gotten that green light to start going out and taking their own bookings, and then got quashed with the pandemic. So we have these guys who are really hungry, want to get out there and prove themselves, and haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. So you had this really nice, you know, chemistry between the younger up and coming guys and the more established talent. And it was just a really special atmosphere. You know, everyone kind of felt like they were part of something big, something new. The crowd was really good. It was a family oriented crowd, which I think the talent really enjoyed performing in front of that kind of crowd. You know, the hardcore fans, as you know, can be kind of hard to please. You know, they start to pick apart every match, and the kids, you know, they just kind of accept it, and they just enjoy no matter what you put on in front of them. So I think the talent really enjoyed. It was refreshing for them. You know, a lot of them, it was their first time performing in front of a live crowd since things shut down. But yeah, some great action there. We had a main event. It was Mike Verna against Nick Stapp. They took it all over this field that we had. Mike Verna at one point did a diving crossbody off a bale of hay, because we're at this farm down in Flemington, New Jersey. So it was crazy action.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like it. You know, one thing, I think all of us as kids who are huge wrestling fans, we all have this vision of creating our own wrestling company and running our own wrestling company. Now, for you, you made that dream come true. You know, for you, what do you want to be known for when it comes? What do you want Invictus Pro Wrestling to be known for when fans think of your name?
I think the biggest thing for me is, first of all, obviously, the talent that we bring in. You know, I think one of the best parts for me of being a fan of independent wrestling is, you know, just being able to watch these workers, these wrestlers on TV and say, you know, oh, I got to see them back when they were performing at, you know, Knights of Columbus Halls in front of 50 people. The first indie show that I went to ever, National Wrestling Superstars in New Jersey, was, you know, a 17-year-old Joey Janela was on that show. So it's crazy for me to, you know, be able to see him every week on TV and look back at, you know, I knew him when. So getting out, so I want Invictus to become the place to go to see the next wave of up and coming talent. Like I said, we got a really diverse roster. We got, you know, we got up and coming guys. We got, you know, a wide range of styles as well. We got the technical guys, we got the brawlers, we got the high flyers. So variety as well, diversity on the roster. I think that's another thing that I want Invictus to be well known for, and just generally a good time, man. You know, I always told a lot of people, you know, when they were asking me about that same idea, what I wanted Invictus to become, man, you know, I want it to be just as normalized for somebody. If you ask them, you know, what are you doing this weekend? Obviously after the pandemic clears up, but I want it to be just as normalized for people to say, hey, I'm going to the wrestling show. And I want that to be like the place to be.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I know you'll definitely get there, you know, consistency for sure. You know, also, what do you say are going to be some of the things that you want to do or establish that'll kind of like separate you from the competition? Like we said at the beginning, we know like this is a very saturated area. You know, it's a good thing for us and a bad thing for us at the same time. You know, being in New Jersey, we got New York right to the north of us. We got Pennsylvania to the south of us. You know, so the market is flooded. You know, what do you want to do for Invictus to, you know, separate it from the bunch?
Well, you know, it's it's tough right now because we have these real visions of grandeur, and we got all these great ideas of things that we want to do to establish our product and enhance our product, but we're kind of limited in terms of what we can do with the pandemic. So one of the ideas, would be to just capitalize on social media as much as possible. We got this great tool that didn't exist 10 years ago on our side. So one of the things, that we're looking into as the weather gets colder and as running shows safely outdoors becomes, more of an obstacle, using social media. We had the thought of possibly introducing a social media championship with with matches being streamed exclusively on Facebook and IG, and having the title defended in more of a, because the thing is that in this age of social media and, everything, we're used to our media being consumed very immediately, fans don't necessarily have the patience for these, 30-minute technical masterpieces anymore. So you want your, media to be in more like consumable, units, more compressed, more action packed. We're dealing in the age of, thumbnails and views, view counts, and things of that nature. So really making wrestling kind of accessible to, again, bringing out that mainstream crowd. Most wrestling promotions, when they, are first getting out, they want to cater to the wrestling fans, which of course, first and foremost, that's got to be your target audience. But wrestling is such a niche interest, if you're looking at it objectively, that, it's kind of like if you build it, they will come type thing. And if you have a good product, they'll stay. But if you want to really thrive and be successful, you have to think beyond that. You have to think, how do we create new fans? So that's what we're thinking in terms of the social media championship idea. We got a lot of other ideas. I don't want to give too much away because I don't know what other promoters are going to be listening, but just ideas to kind of make to engage that sort of mainstream audience, get them willing to check us out and check out wrestling in general, because a win for us is a win for the entire wrestling community.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure. That's a very great idea too, with the social media being used in that. I mean, this is the time that we are in. We got to take advantage of the free social media. Now you have this great event that you put together for November 7th, November Rain, taking place at the Next Level Arena in Flemington, New Jersey. You want to? We're going to go through the card. We'll go through these matches and kind of give the fans what they can expect from these guys.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So we got 8 matches lined up, and this is going to be, we're just trying to move the bar up a notch each time, each event we run. We set the bar pretty high last time, but we're not resting on our laurels. So 8 matches, like I said. We got a singles match to start things off. Obviously, the match order is still subject to change, but we got a singles match to start us off. We got Danger Hawk Dennis Morgan, who is a upstart, fresh out of the Team 3D Academy up in Connecticut. He's made appearances for us as well as Titan Championship Wrestling, also based down in Jersey. So he's going to be going up against the last Ronin, Jason Andrews. He's coming up from Maryland. Another fresh face, but Jason Andrews is going to have Jared Silverclay in his corner. So he is the newest member of the Trust Fund. So he's got a little bit of an X factor coming in there. So that should be good to see how that plays out. What else we got? We got a women's match. Karen Bam Bam, who's going to be returning from our last show. She's going to be taking on her former tag team partner in Squish X Threat, turned bitter rival, Neveah Chantelle. That's going to be a real good, hard-hitting women's hoss fight, which I'm really excited about that. Let's see what else we got. We got a tag team match. We got the Stepdads, Rad Dad Radley Belmont and Papa Bear Wade Kruger. Their debut.
2 of my favorites.
Yeah, man. I love, I love that, like, old school, big, over the top gimmicks personality, man. I think that's something that we're missing in mainstream wrestling nowadays. So trying to bring that back. And they're going to be taking on another team. You talk about, gimmicks, and you talk about big personalities, the Outdoorsmen. from the Team 3D, mixing up my schools here, Team Adams Wrestling Academy. So that is Big Cal Stevens and Matt Montana. So they're going to be going against the Outdoorsmen, are coming back from our last show as well. They were well received. So looking forward to that match. Should be some really fast-paced, hard-hitting tag team action. Let's see what else we got. We got a no DQ match. This one's one that's being talked about a lot. We got Wrecking Ball Legursky against a debuting Monsta Mack. We got this is a rematch actually from their match last weekend over at IWA in Nutley, and this one should be good. And I told him, I said, what are we gonna do to raise the bar since this is a rematch? And they said, let us have no DQ. Let us really go out there and tear the house down. So I'm excited because, Wrecking Ball had a nice feud with Dan Moff last year. They had a couple matches across a couple different promotions before Moff went to Ring of Honor. So we're looking to kind of have lightning strike twice a little bit, and Wrecking Ball's kind of coming back to finish off the hit spot. So that should be
Monster. I'll say about Monster Mack too, because he's also another guy who he's always helped out me and my partner Andrew with Wrestling IQ 101. Great guy. Monster Mack. We always say, for anybody, like if you're starting a company, Monster Mack is like the best guy to have in your locker room. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's just so perfect. It's not enough you can say about just how helpful he is to anybody he talks to or just touches, for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man. And that's one of the things when I'm putting these cards together is I always look for that veteran presence first and foremost, because I know that it's going to be extremely helpful, not only for the newer guys in the locker room, but also for me as a, still a very novice promoter. I think there's still a lot that I don't know about the business, a lot of things that I'm figuring out as I go along. So having that veteran presence really puts me at ease as well. And Mack especially is a guy who's so versatile in the ring, especially for a guy his size. And at his age too, he's been around for 20 years and could still go with the best of them. So I'm really looking forward to that match from a personal viewpoint. What else we got? Geez, that's only halfway through the card. Dang. So we got, see what else we got. One match that I'm really especially looking forward to. We got we're calling it the 6-pack Scramble.
Yes.
So we got some of the best cruiserweights that we could find in the Northeast. So we got Big Game Leroy Green. He's coming back from the last show. We got Big Game Leroy Green. We got Brother Greatness, the Bronx Wrestling Federation Cruiserweight Champion. We got Smiley. We got KC Navarro. We got Ray Jazz. And then we got a wild card challenger to sort of round things out.
Yeah.
I don't know who that's going to be. I do know who it's going to be, but not saying anything. My lips are sealed. But yeah,
I see. Also, you guys, you put out those. Brother Greatness was putting out those promos of getting ready for every opponent that's in it. Man, now he doesn't know who the mystery opponent is. He can't get ready for him.
I know. We got to keep them all on their toes. But I got to take a moment right now to just put Brother Greatness over big time, man. Because I'll let you behind the curtain a little bit when I was talking with him, kind of about what we're doing to hype the match up. He's like, so I'm going to do 5 promos, 1 for each opponent. And I'm like, man, you only got to do 1. Don't stress yourself out. And he's like, no. He's like, this match means a lot to me. He's like, I want to make sure that I give it the hype that it deserves. And he is just going all out, really giving it that big fight feel. And especially because, he speaks the truth in those promos. He really is kind of the underdog going in. I mean, the BWF Cruiserweight Championship is nothing to knock, but when you compare him to, KC Navarro, going to be making his AEW debut this week, which is big. And then, you got Leroy and Smiley, who have had a lot of success in HOG. So, he wants to prove that he can hang with the best of them. And this match is going to be a great opportunity to showcase that. And for me, I've always been a real fan of cruiserweight wrestling, the high flying stuff. When I was a little kid and I was just getting into it, I didn't necessarily have the attention span for these longer 25-minute, technical masterclass. I wanted to see, Rey Mysterio and Tajiri flipping around. So I'm really excited for that Scramble match. That's going to be a real exciting match for me. What else we got? We got a tag team match showcasing some more up and coming talent, some more of our homegrown guys. We got Gio Galvano and a mystery opponent who has not been revealed yet, but I believe he is going to be announcing it later tonight. So we have that to look forward to.
Nice. Nice.
He's going to be going up against NCM Mucho Chris Moljo, who Gio faced off against him in a singles match at Eruption and lost due to shenanigans. But he's going to have another chance to get his hands on him. And his opponent is going to be the Platinum Playboy Randy Shawn, who actually, again, to take the curtain back a little bit, trained both of them at the Team 3D Academy, but he has chosen to ally himself with MCM. So that should be a very personal match. Should be really nice to see. Then we got a casket match. Yes. We are a week late for Halloween, but we got a casket match because we got two very spooky characters meeting in the ring. We got Bonez, the voodoo god Bonez. He, during his match at Eruption, he had a singles match against Leroy, and that match was brought to a halt when a mysterious masked man, who we have since found out is named Dorian Marquis, emerged from under the ring and laid Bonez out. So we got a casket match between them, which should be very exciting. And then we got our main event, which is probably the match that's been generating the most buzz on social media, which we got Ace Austin from Impact Wrestling, former X Division champion, and he is going to be going up against the old guard, none other than GGP, who is also fresh off his appearance on UWN Primetime. So it's going to be a real styles clash, that one. We got, the 20-year vet, GGP, big trash talker, big, old school kind of technical wrestling style against the obviously a lot flashier up and comer in Ace Austin. So that's a match that I'm really looking forward to as well. I always like seeing two totally different styles go against each other. And Papadon has made no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He wants to be our first champion. So he's definitely going to be looking to make a statement.
Yeah, no, that you look at this card from just top to bottom, man, and it's a great card for sure. And definitely a show that people should check out. For fans who want to get tickets, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, so we got an Eventbrite link. The link to that is up on all our socials. We've been posting it pretty much every day. There's also a Facebook event that you can RSVP to through our Facebook page. So we're Invictus Pro Wrestling on Facebook. On Twitter, we're at Invictus Pro WRE1. And then our Instagram is Invictus Pro Wrestling. So you can find the link to those tickets through any of those social media pages. I will say ringside is very nearly sold out. The last time when I checked earlier, we only have one ticket left.
Oh, man.
So, but still plenty of GA, and tickets will be available at the door.
Perfect. And for fans, what are the security measures during this, crazy times that we all have, that you have in place to make sure that all the fans are safe?
Yeah, of course. So it is going to be an outdoor show. I know it's Next Level Arena, but we're going to be in the parking lot behind the arena. So it's going to be an outdoor show. We're going to have security or socially distanced seating, which is going to be good. So we're going to be doing, instead of rows, we've been doing kind of like clusters. So all the fans that, fans of a certain group come together, they'll have seats together in a group, and then we'll have 6 feet apart for the next group. We're going to have hand sanitizer stations positioned throughout the arena. We're conducting temperature checks at the door. This is something that we're obviously taking very seriously, especially with those cases starting to go up again. But we recognize that, this is something that it's a privilege for us to be able to do this right now. So we're counting on everyone's going to, follow protocol to make sure that it goes smoothly. Also, Hunterdon County currently, I believe, has, compared to the rest of Jersey, has low cases. So that's good as well.
Awesome. Yeah, it seems like
face masks will be required at entry as well. I forgot that part.
Awesome. Yeah, see, it looks like you guys got everything in order, man. Everything in check. You're running like a veteran company already, man. I like
Thank
it.
You.
Definitely. It's going to be a great event. It's November 7th. Start time is 2 p.m. Is that correct?
Yep. We're going to be starting at 2. Doors will be open at 1. So yeah, come party. Next Level has a restaurant on premise, so gonna have to
Perfect.
as well. Yeah, gonna be good time. Real good time.
Awesome. Definitely. So you guys make sure you check out this show November 7th, November Rain. Once again, doors open 1 p.m. Start time 2 p.m. The Next Level Arena in Flemington, New Jersey. Definitely want to make sure you're there. Make sure you support these guys. Come out. They're putting together a great show for you guys. And just become loyal fans of theirs, man. As long as they're putting in the work, we're definitely gonna come support you for sure. Definitely.
Thank
you. Alex, I appreciate you coming on, and I'm always down to help get exposure out to those new companies that are out there.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you having me on, and yeah, always great to be able to talk wrestling, and always great to expand our brand.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see a lot of Alex in the future, man. I wish you nothing but success, and a lot of good luck with everything moving forward. And definitely, once again, guys, make sure you check out the show November 7th, November Rain. It's a great card put together by Alex and his company. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you follow them on social media. For us, we are Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, at Wrestling IQ 101. Make sure you stay up to date with us. Make sure you subscribe. And for this episode, it's me and Alex, the owner of Invictus Pro Wrestling, and we are out.